Hello, kicking YouTube. We are at episode 71 of our Slayer 7. We kind of left off at a bit of a, I wouldn't say cliffhanger, but things need to be done. So let's recap and go right into it. Hello, everybody.
Hello.
What does everyone remember
we are
from
back
last
here,
time?
Haha, the Council of Dragons. Let me grab my notebook because I
I-
wrote everything down.
The one thing I mainly remember is we met up with the Council of Dragons. Most of us were asleep on the trip to Council of Dragons.
All of you were.
All of us were asleep on the way to the Council of Dragons. We met up with the council. We met the
I've got it right here.
Council of Dragons names.
Protanther, Eleuthera, Karnos, Nymer, and Tasmakella.
Yes. The main dragon, which Protanthus.
Okay, so the Council of Dragons called us because they wanted to make us their champions, but they had concessions. They had requirements. Nymer didn't really have any concessions with us because I guess she, I can't remember, I'm sorry.
Male.
Protanther.
The male bronze dragon was already, he saw us in good standing. Karnos had the concession of Ambassador Bronanvil's armor because it was the skin of her deceased niece, and she wanted it back along with an apology in order for us to gain favor to help with the war against the Dragon Cult and the rise of Tiamat. Eleuthera wants us to hand all the masks, once we get them, to the Metallics.
But Eleuthera has trust issues with us still.
Yes, Eleuthera has trust issues and wonders if we can even lead correctly. Protanther,
He wants to just raise all humans, pretty much.
Protanther doesn't care if humans are caught in the crossfire. He is willing to raise Earth to the ground in order to get rid of the threat to help prevent Tiamat. But his concession was a former apology from an elven speaker, which he had designated King Melendrock because the elven kind had made a device that interfered with the dragon's minds and caused them to basically go crazy. Tasmakella informed us that her concession was an item that had been stolen and was actually amongst our party. We did not know that said item was stolen, and it just so happened to be Cecile's sword that was. She gained it through chance. She had to pick between box 1 and box 2. Am I right, Badger?
For Hazaron?
No. Like how Cecile got her sword that Tasmakella wanted back.
Well, the Hazaron was what Cecile gave up, and how she got that was one of the, when you guys were at Centauros, there was a black dragon female that was constantly giving you guys a run for the money, hiding in plain sight. Nyla ends up breaking off from the group and somehow, some way, duels this character to the death and takes their blade from them and gives it to Cecile after the whole thing with Diderus.
That's right.
Being familiar with sentient weapons.
Alyssa and a few other party members, seeing how big the threat was, Cecile decided to give the sword, and Tasmakella, taken aback, was like, "Hey, Protanther, we took her weapon from her. She needs another one." And after a little bit of squabbling, because Protanther's like, that weapon? No. And we're like, what the fuck are they talking about? Protanther's like, no, I don't want to. And after a little bit more bickering, he's like, fine, we'll do it. This ritual happens that we're not even aware of what's actually happening. 2 beams of light come into this new sword of Cecile's. And she hears familiar 2 familiar voices of friends that we lost in Diderus's tombs.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa catches wind of it and becomes extremely overjoyed and happy. But after a moment of brief happiness, Alyssa gets serious and realizes how much the Metallics' support could turn the tide against the fight and oncoming war, and offers 2 things: the Kingdom of Blackfall if they were to fail, and her life if they fail to get the masks. She also offered the dragons because Karnos believes that okay. Karnos believes that humans need protection and guidance, and that we need to be shown the ways of Bahamut. So Alyssa also offered to create a cathedral church of sorts of Bahamut in Blackfall. And after all of this, the Chromatics throw us for another loop and say to Cecile, you can commit this place to memory so you can come and go as you need to. Alyssa's part of the deal with this, in order to give them everything they need, was a symbol. And it is a blue shield with swords crossed in the back and a gold dragon's head, and it is the Talons of Justice. To show the world that they are the Dragon's Council's chosen champions. And after the meeting is all said and done, which took several hours, we immediately head back to Waterdeep. Alyssa finds the nearest person she can and says, emergency meeting right now. The emergency meeting is set up, and we end up talking to the council. Alyssa shows them that they have become, that the Slayer 7 has now become the Talons of Justice, and brings the information to King Melindrock that they need a formal apology, and to Ambassador Bronanvil. Yeah, I was trying to read it. To Ambassador Bronanvil that they need his armor, and that the twins could make more armor for him. Because after Cecile's recent armor unveiling, she figures that would be the perfect example to be like, look what my people can make you. We can give you something better. But this set of armor needs to go back to... This set of armor needs to go back to Karnos, along with a formal apology. Bronanvil was like, okay, I'll do it, but can I take the Hammer Twins with me? And we're like, we're going with you. Of course they can go with you too if you wish. However, talking to King Melindrock was a different story. King Melindrock was was surprised to hear that the dragons, the Chromatics, knew about the device, because they had no idea, and was hesitant on issuing an apology because he did not understand why he, of all the elves in the world, needed to be the one to admit or to give the formal apology. A bit of a bickering broke out. I can't see the screen, otherwise I would say the character's name, because above VTT is not working with me well today. But one of the council members stood up and was like, if you don't agree with this, you can go through me. Basically challenging other members who were somewhat opposed to the idea of
Oh,
the
Raven Guard.
concessions.
Raven Guard
Yeah.
stood up. Yep.
Raven Guard's, I can't see the screen. I just see a black screen right now. My thing's not working.
Here.
But Raven Guard stood up and had Alyssa's back, and that is about the extent of what I remember. I know that our next plan was to meet up with Sledge and head to Zonthal's tower. Or at least our general idea of where Zonthal's tower may be.
Mm-hmm. So while the council is still deliberating, one thing that had happened right before the end is Melondrock stood up, pointed at Tibbers, said, "Come with me," and left the room. So the two of you make it out the castle to the pad, to the teleportation pad. And even in Tibbers' hesitation, he's all like, "I don't bite, get over here." And they end up teleporting to the Misty Forest. Smack dab in, surprisingly, not where you guys teleported before when you guys were brought into the Misty Forest, but directly to the throne room. Tibbers, first time anybody in your party is seeing this. Big, massive, like gold and silver and pillars, stained glass that makes the sun change colors throughout the room kind of deal. It's very like high elf feel to it. And as soon as you guys teleport and kind of get a minute or two to like gather yourself, Melondrock again points at Tibbers and says, "Come on, I need you to do something for me." And off to the side, one of the side areas of the throne room, he goes up to a wall. And there is a very elegant series of candles mounted on the wall. And he grabs one of the unique armed ones and gives a little twist, just a tiny, like 10-degree turn. And there's this big old click as one of the wall structures sinks in and slides over, showcasing a stairwell. You continue to follow him, Tibbers.
Chicken said he would be right back. Dinner was ready. I assume that he goes.
Okay. So they go down this fairly windy spiral staircase down approximately what feels like 3 stories.
I'm back. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Okay. So yeah, you follow Melondrock down this secret staircase down about 3 stories. And it goes to about 10 feet from the staircase. There is this really massive iron door, which he just waves a hand, and you see a whole bunch of locks click and shift and maneuver, and the door starts to open.
Nice.
And Tibbers, inside you see a intricate looking arcane machine that looks like it's a
Ooh.
almost like a set of organs, but all the pipes lead to a massive horn looking funnel on one side of it.
Are we just brief question? Am I looking at like a life support machine in a sense?
No. Do you remember what they accused
No? Okay.
Melondrock of having last time?
Mm.
No. Let me do a history check. Let me do a history check. See if I remember.
It was said during the
I got
meeting.
advantage on it.
Mm-hmm.
Alyssa said it during the meeting. It was. I don't know. I don't want to interfere.
I'm trying
with
to
the
remember what
meeting, but
Alyssa
yeah.
was telling me. Yeah, I don't really. Difference might recall, but out of character, I'm drawing blank right now. Oh,
It was,
yeah, I'm drawing blank. I'm trying to remember, but I can't recall.
Drakarish Mythal. The very device that made dragons that heard it go into a frenzy.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
Melindrak enters the room, and you kind of walk in just a few feet behind him. Sits there, crosses his arms,
I'm
staring at
basically
it.
seeing and I'm just like looking at it, go, wow. So Coach Timmons be like, so what is this? What am I looking at?
The Drakarish Mythal.
I mean, yeah, I've heard about it, but
I've placed outside and turned on. It would give off a tone most humanoids can't really hear. Sounds almost pleasant to us. But to the dragons, it sent them into a frenzy. They would leave their dens, attack anything at will. It was at the time when humans and elves were at war, we used this device to threaten dragon attacks on their farms and villages if they continued to pursue us. But as your leader happens to mention, the head of the Council of Dragons wants to see its end. We don't have a very good relationship, you and I.
indeed. King Melindrak. I'm actually glad that you did pull me aside because I did wanted to speak to you privately. I know I apologize for what I've done to your son, but I figured that there's actually a way I can redeem that if you are willing to let me.
Why do you think I brought you here?
Well, obviously not to show off this.
We'll let bygones be bygones. It has taken me a while to realize, despite the fact that it was my son whose body was desecrated in such a manner. He was also a blight on society and on the Sword Coast. He has done horrible things, destroyed many things, and probably caused more deaths than even I have in my lifetime. You were just acting according to your emotions at the time. So, setting that aside, I have asked you to come here. Figured you can let your aggression out and destroy this thing, if you're willing. I know you have forms you can take, larger forms. Give it hell. Destroy it. We'll take a piece of it back with us as proof of its destruction.
I will see to it of its destruction, but I at least want to tell you that King Melindrak, that yes, I have many balanced forms, but I also have a certain spell that I want to offer. I want to offer to you. I have a certain way to bring back your son if you are willing to allow me to try and
No.
attempt it. I can read. Okay.
Most elves understand Life is life and death is death. To bring him back now would only be spitting in the face of everyone he's killed. He is dead.
But it
Leave
would
it at
be a
that.
chance for him. It would be a chance for him to redeem. It would be a chance for him to redeem himself, and for
Top
you and him to
fucking
patch
tier.
up lost times.
Fucking tier.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, with that. Yeah, with
It'd
it
be
too.
one thing to catch up on the fact that I haven't spoken to him in decades, if not millennia, centuries. But again, in my culture and my nature, dead is dead. Let him rest.
All right, understood. All right. If you could just, you might want to take a few steps back because this could get messy.
He doesn't really seem to move, but just kind of nods like, okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and cast Draconic Spirit at 6th level, and I'm gonna summon Cryovein, Spirit Cryovein to destroy this machine, this infernal machine.
Do you help in any way, or do you just summon the spirit and have it do its thing?
I'm gonna summon the spirit, let it do its thing, and unless of course it doesn't do anything, then I'll jump in and do something.
The spirit's strong enough to smash the thing into pieces. Figured Timbers would be all over just to let his aggression out on it, considering that it's Melendrox saying, go ham. I don't care what you do to it.
Yeah, no, but given that I've already let out my aggression before, I don't think that would be wise to reenact that kind of thing. And given what Timbers has gone through, especially after what he's seen at in the halls of the Giants at the Frost Giants, he does not want to relive those kind of memories again. So he would just rather in a sense, let the Spirit Cryovein destroy this machine, kind of like like poetic justice, I guess you could say.
No, that's
And
good.
while
That's...
Cryovein's doing that, I'll stand there with Melendrock, just stoic.
So yeah, you guys both stand there kind of proud like as the Cryovein spirit just bashes this thing into oblivion. And eventually, between the two of you, once it's smashed and destroyed enough, and a lot of the arcane components are now mundane, and there doesn't seem much that anyone that you know of could put this thing back together, Melendrock turns towards the door and says, grab one of a piece that we can use as proof.
Yep. I basically trying to search around for a piece and whatnot. And I guess one of the components that were in those things, I grabbed one of the components and whatnot just to show proof.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's something with a little bit of arcane life into it, that it can be identified as a broken piece of a Dracourage Mythal. And so yeah, follow him out the door, back up the stairs, out the wall, which he promptly closes behind you. And you guys make your way back to the teleportation circle, where you guys poof back to Waterdeep. And as you guys are walking across the courtyard, all you hear mumbled out of the tall, stoic, try not to show emotion elf, you just hear him say, thank you.
Timber says, you're welcome. And if you ever need assistance, I will personally help you in any way I can. Just to try to make up for my crimes.
He just kind of nods as you guys.
I think it's,
Um,
don't I have like a sending stone? Don't I have like a stone on me? Let me check my inventory. Yeah, I got a sending. I got 2 sending stones. Oh wait, no, those 2 sending stones are already used. They're already given to someone, aren't they?
I don't know. But you guys walk back down the hall, down the stairs, get to the door. Leosin opens up the council door again. So you guys can enter. And yeah, you guys see Melindrock and Timbers walk back in to the council room. Melindrock goes over and has a seat with a bit of a smirk. Timbers follows him in with some kind of metallic piece of something.
That basically, yeah, whatever that piece is, I basically walk up, I just put it on the table for everyone to see. So basically, like right in front of Alyssa, and I just say, "It is done."
Thunderspell's the first one to pipe up with, I'm surprised you did that. Melindrock just kind of.
Who's Thunderspell saying that? Oh, okay.
Oh, he sent it to Melindrock because it kind of
Oh, okay.
gives you guys the impression that this piece of machinery meant a lot to Melindrock. But he did it, and Thunderspells mentions it, and all Melindrock does is look down to Braun Anvil and says, "All right, we need to make a group of dragons happy. Now, do you have the strength to do it yourself?" But by this point, Ambassador Conrad Braun Anvil is basically down to his skivvies as he's taken every piece of armor off of himself and placed it on the table. He just kind of smirks with, "Yep, I'm all ready to go."
All right.
Didn't you last time have your little spider thing start picking up the armor pieces?
Oh yeah, Thor can hold it. Thor will go over and start all the pieces of armor.
And I'll probably during this time too, since the council's, Melindrock and Braun Anvil's willing to go wherever you guys need to go, the seal steps out to teleport herself back to Blackfall. Go find the boys. Let them know that they're needed. And despite being pulled away from their projects, they are super eager
Oh yeah.
to come visit, see the council, meet Braun Anvil. They know of them, but haven't really met too much. They get really, really excited, so they're like, "Yeah, let's go. So they follow Cecile back to the teleportation pad, poof back to Waterdeep. Eventually, they come walking in with you guys as Silverhand's like, "Okay, they're here. You probably go meet Cecile so she says she can teleport with her helm back to the dragons."
Well, is everyone ready? Melindrock? King Melindrock, are you ready?
He just kind of gives a big sigh, but yeah. Let's
All
get
right.
this over with.
We'll try to make it as painless as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Cecile, whenever you're ready.
All right. So Silverhand kind of adjourns you guys as you guys head back out to where the teleportation circle is. And once you go, well, at least when you guys are outside, probably even the courtyard, Cecile gets you guys together with Melindrock and Braun Anvil and the boys, and she stops and she's like, do we all want to go, or just a few of us?
I mean, if we don't all go, what are y'all gonna do? Those who stay. I think it's easier if we all go together.
Okay.
To really show we're solidified as a team to them, because they have doubts we can even lead in the first place. But that's my personal opinion.
Well, unless anybody objects. Cecile nods and preps her helm. Does everybody do the whole hand-holdy thing, which some of you are excited about, some of you are not so excited about, but does that anyway. And piff, poof, pop. You guys find yourselves once again in front of the dragons. They look like they've been resting there, potentially sleeping, whatever the case may be. Eagerly waiting your all's arrival. As soon as you
As we
guys...
approach- Go ahead, sorry.
Yep, as soon as you guys teleport in, Prolanther stands tall again, kind of slightly taken aback with what everything has happened. He's like, what is this?
I told you. We would get you your concessions.
Okay. Explain what you have before me.
Formal apology.
So, I motioned to Braun Anvil first. I'm like, you should probably go first.
Brian Evil like steps towards Carnos after you guys kind of point him in that's the dragon you need to apologize to. And he kind of steps forward and he's got Fowlin and Powlin at either side of him.
Thor has at this point jumped on Braun Anvil's shoulder. So that way when he says the right thing, Thor will kind of jump down and peacefully like reveal the armor.
Mm-hmm. And still, like, he hasn't even really changed clothes. He's still in his armorless skivvies kind of thing. Just in his, light armor stuff. As he kind of hesitantly looks up at Carnos. Lady, could we speak? And Carnos lowers her heads, gets right down to the three of them. And he looks at the spider. Okay, it'll be your time. Thor kind of goes, okay. Plops on down to the ground and blah, all the armor pieces. Carnos just kind of stares at it, eyes getting really big for a moment. My people have had a long history.
That's cheap.
Fighting, hunting, the smallest to the biggest foes. But it has come to our attention that we did things without the knowledge that we have now. I bring you the armor of your slain kin as an apology, and speaking on behalf of just about every dwarf I can think of, including the two on either side of me, as they're both like, oh, hi, dragon lady. Said to apologize for what we have done, and to promise that we will abolish our dragon hunts of all dwarven kind, Not sure if you would be understanding if we just say we won't hunt the metallics, now that we understand the difference between the metallics and the chromatics.
Stop.
Mhm.
It's fine.
But
It's fine.
I'm pretty sure I can guarantee that we won't actively hunt your kind anymore.
Fine. Don't worry about it.
And of course, the brothers are like, yeah, we'll just wait till you guys pass and then use your scales, maybe? I don't know. Like, they're trying to be like, we still like to use your stuff, but we'll do it better. And for how teenage their little speech is, Arnos can kind of sense what they're meaning and understand what they're trying to say, and she just kind of nods and I accept your concession and your apology and your tribute. And
Good.
looks over at Protanther and says, well, I am satisfied. And as soon as she lifts her head back up and all three of them kind of skeeter back behind the group like, oh shit. Like, they're trying to be the fucking dwarfs, but even in, like, Lord of the Rings, Gimli has had a moment of, fuck, don't tell the elf.
Oh, fuck. I'll walk up to King Melondrock and be like, all right, it's your turn. I'm right behind you. No worries.
Dibbers,
He's the one you want to talk to.
do you step forward with Melondrock? Since I
step
believe it
forward with
is,
Melondrock.
I believe that is you that has the item.
Yeah. I still have the item with me to prove.
Melondrock nods to Alyssa, steps forward a little bit, eyes up at Protanther. Tibbers, you can tell that despite his stoicness, he's one hand that's kind of hidden, but more your eye level, is kind of shaking. He's nervous. He's scared.
I
He
want
doesn't
him
know.
to feel reassured.
I mean, he for the most part, he looks it, but
I basically out of this is gonna be completely out of character wise, for Timbers. Timbers is basically gonna kind of like put my hand on his hand, basically kind of like hold his hand like everything's all right. We're here with you.
he gives you a
I'm trying to reassure Melondrock without saying it.
Mm-hmm. He gives you a firm nod before returning his gaze to Protanther. Drackridge, Mythal is no more. Have ensured its destruction. You may probe my mind if you do not believe me, if that is within your power. My friend here brought proof of the matter. I am sure you can identify its limited magical presence before it becomes a mundane, useless tool.
I present the evidence.
Protanther dips down to like sniff it, and he gives you that look that he has experienced this machine before in his lifetime.
Ooh.
So there's that look of identifying, of knowing that this is what you speak. Melondrak kind of sighs again with, I apologize for all the harm that it has done to all of your kind. Such a weapon will not be constructed in the future. Hopefully, in time, we can sit down to discuss why it was ever regarded as anything but. But on behalf of all the elven people, It will not bother you again. Protanther kind of puffs with a, I don't believe you. But for now, I will accept the concession and the apology. It's about at this time that the dragons realize that all of the concessions, save for one promise in the balance, has been fulfilled. They murmur amongst each other in ancient Draconic words and inflections. Some of you that know Draconic can kind of pick up.
Yeah, what do I hear?
Words proud, surprised, feeble. Kind of give the impression that some of them that have more of the harsher opinions are just more or less surprised that these near impossible tasks have been completed by a group of, compared to them, peasants. You know. But at the end of the murmuring, even Protanther, who's had the toughest opinion, agrees that they made the right choice. Our concessions are fulfilled. When the time comes, we will be at your side.
Alyssa gets a little less tense, breathes kind of shakily, and just says, "Thank you for your time, and we will be in touch. Unless there's anything else you require, we will take our leave."
Well, I think for now our matter has been concluded. So
Alright.
Cecile gathers everyone back together.
Mm.
You guys teleport back to Waterdeep, where everybody else kind of comes and goes, and you guys have gathered for your next location. You do have a couple of choices if you're willing.
What do we got?
Well, you guys can either travel on foot or try to get as close as you possibly can to a location via teleport and then walk.
Well, we already know we've been to a place before that's been fairly close, correct?
Yes.
It's just on the opposite side
Would-
of the mountain range.
Yes.
So I would
Would Nyla be
suggest-
able to?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna go along with Atlas's idea. Would Nyla be able to do the teleportation to support Atlas's idea?
You would need to have created a teleportation circle at the tomb. Whereas before you guys just TP'd out via Cecile's helm.
Alyssa feels a rush. Alyssa feels like this is a rushed kind of situation that needs to get taken care of sooner rather than later. So Alyssa is going to go for whatever gets us there faster.
Okay. So
I'm sorry,
having one
Did not
last
mean to interrupt, I'm
charge.
sorry.
No.
No, you
Did not mean-
So Cecile mentioned she's got one last charge on her helm that she can get the party to or as close to Didris's tomb as possible. which is currently the closest location that you guys have physically been that she can recall. And then it's just meandering through the Serpent Hills to get to the other side.
The Timbers basically kind of like does a little hand dub thing, like we could always use Quincy.
Yeah, but how long would flying take? Nyla kind of asks Timbers, kind of.
Flying from Waterdeep would take you guys a good day or so. But also between some of your more battle-hardened individuals, teleporting to Diderist, finding a place to camp for the night, because this has been a day for you guys, so that the helm recharges in case of escape. Then in the morning, potentially using Quincy or whatever other travel means to get over the mountains faster. This wait there, if you guys camp out for the night, you guys can try to make contact with Sledge. I'm assuming all of these ideas are coming out of Cecile because I know how Al thinks.
Well, I'm
Is gonna get
absolutely
there.
sure about that.
Yeah.
Get there quickly, camp out, let everything recharge. Let all the spells recharge and whatnot. And then, yeah, you guys just got to get over the hill, get over the mountains. And since nobody really has the exact location, just a supposed location, going by air might give you guys a bit of an advantage on scoping out the area.
Then we should probably do something like that then.
Do we have anyone or anything that can fly in the party?
Well, Timbers has already offered Quincy his
So-
flying beast.
So could we teleport?
But it is a wild shape.
The Quetzalcoatl!
So could we teleport to the tomb?
I can also at
and
least
then have
summon. I can also at
Quincy-
least summon a second Quincy.
Well,
Yeah.
what I was saying is, can we teleport to the tomb and then have Quincy scout the area to see if Quincy could see anything around, like see if he could spot the tower?
You just have to be careful with using something like Quincy to scout, because with all the dragons in the area, it could just paint a target on your guys' back.
Yeah, it could trigger something. Okay.
And with using the last charge of the helm to
And
get
hell,
to
I
the
could always
tomb,
just summon a bunch of wolves.
We should probably lay low for the evening. Once we teleport over there,
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
and then go on our pursuit.
like I said, if we want to scout the area, I could summon a bunch of birds.
We just got to be careful with that. So,
Alrighty. So Cecile gathers you guys together, uses the last charge of the helm to pop you not directly in front of, but in the area of the tomb at the base of the mountains. Still a little bit of light left for you guys to make a little bit of headway to find a good camping spot.
Ugh.
You good there, Timbers?
And for a place to
yeah,
land,
Yeah, I'll be fine.
So yeah, you guys TP to about here, where the God Ducky is. So, yeah, you guys settle down here for the evening at least.
before that, I would like to cast magnificent. Fuck! Magnificent mansion. having a stroke.
Can you post that? Because I don't know if it's portal or if it's.
I was gonna say I have something to make somewhat sort of a makeshift camp. If it would be allowed.
Sanctuary!
Oh, okay.
Sanctuary!
So you don't actually summon a dwelling that you can see. You summon a door.
Yep.
Kind of
So
like Eric did previously.
Yeah, so you guys teleport to the area, and for those that are motion sickness, do what you need to do, and
I think I'm good. I think I'm getting used to it. I'm okay. I'm okay.
Nyla's just clinging on to like Alita because she hates heights. She's just like hiding her face.
and yeah, soon as you guys start doing the usual, all right, gather supplies, set up tents, whatever. Nyla's like, wait, and then does some spelly in against like a wall or something,
Wow.
and you guys see the shimmery door.
I feel like Nala would actually put like a piece of chalk and whatnot, draw a door.
Oh, what? Like you're talking about like Chalk Zone, the TV show?
Exactly. Nala's got
Yes.
Chalk zone. Nala.
Chalk Zone.
What I'm picturing is from Beetlejuice, where he takes the chalk and draws a door and the handle,
Yeah,
and then
that's
he just
right.
opens the
yeah.
door.
Okay, so you create the door, and
Wow.
what
I
do you
kind
tell?
of look at everyone. Hey, everyone. I figure instead of sleeping out in the cold, why don't we have a nice hot meal and probably a nice warm place to sleep? She kind of opens the door with a smile on her face. And this is the first time she's casting this spell to show everyone, by the way. As she kind of walks on through, probably confusing people.
Yeah, it's just a door. There's nothing behind it. And for
Hadroon's
anybody
gonna walk
standing
up to
at
the
the
door.
side, sees Nyla walk in and kind of just disappear.
Yeah, Hadroon's gonna walk up to the door, and then walk around the door,
Don't stress.
and then walk back around to the front of the door, and just look at Alyssa like,
Alyssa's just gonna shrug and be like, "Fucking clerics, I don't know what to tell you."
okay.
This ain't a cleric spell, it's a bard spell.
Oh, regardless, you're both.
I guess Hadroon's just gonna. Hadroon will follow Nyla through the door.
All right.
You guys
Yeah.
need to take a bath? There's a place to go bath.
Hadroon.
There's
You say
food.
hot water.
Yeah, we have
Alyssa
hot
immediately
water.
gone. Alyssa gone.
Hadroon's
Sit-
right behind her.
Safe to assume everyone goes piling in after that.
Yeah.
Nah, Timber's a little hesitant about it.
Okay, we'll just leave you outside.
Alright, that's fine. I'm fine with nature. I'm a druid, I'm fine with nature, so I don't give a damn.
Okay, well, Nyla, describe your mansion as you see it.
Oh, it's it has like a nice shiny marble flooring,
Color's the marble. Is it white? Is it black?
like kind of like white with like some gold, not gold, like real gold, like kind of like what is it, like fake gold, fool's gold, on
right.
like the pillars.
Yeah.
There you go. it also has some like velvety drapes across some of the walls. And it has that's like just the main area of like the room, like kind of like the gathering. Kitchen, eating table is a big round table, oak spruce wood that
It's the red bit. Just had it.
that
Oak,
is
you
like
say?
a gathering to eat and everything.
Oak, you say?
What's up, Patrick? Oak spruce.
Oak spruce, you say?
I didn't say nothing.
That was
That
me.
was Timber
That was me.
speaking.
Oh,
That was
sorry.
Oak spruce, you say? Oak spruce?
The bath is like there's two baths that separate.
How does it disappear?
It has a large like circular or not circular, square bath, but it has like a waterfall towards like the side of it, kind of like a continuous waterfall that doesn't really flood or anything. And each bedroom of the mansion, they have like their own bedroom for one person. It has these nice bluish, darkish blue bed sheets draped over the bed. Bed is soft, and in some of the bedrooms, depending on where you sleep, it has a fireplace to keep warm.
Not the same one,
And
is it?
yeah,
It might be.
as much as I think, at least for the essentials
Maybe.
that we really need.
Cool. So just nice open floor plan and everything, and
There will be like spectorial servants that will come by. One would definitely probably come by Alyssa and just like immediately be like, "Oh, would you like this, get your food, whatever you want to eat. It'll make whatever meal you want, and get you any type of drink."
You have choices. All right. So you guys all, for the most part, you kind of showing around this extra dimensional mansion that just seems to have everything amenities. No matter where you are, the atmosphere is clean, fresh, and warm.
These servants also do your laundry, so that our clothes and our armor become squeaky clean and repaired.
I will definitely. I'm gonna say Hedrun and probably Alyssa too. We'll definitely have that done.
And what?
Have our armor cleaned by the servants,
Armor and clothing washed and
polished and cleaned.
Welcome to
Sure.
Deporte, California.
It's at this point that Alyssa walks up to Cecile with Thor in her hand. Was like, "I have something for you. Two things for you, actually. Badger, will you join me in the van?"
to the van.
To the van we go.
To the
I
van.
still have that.
We always have the van.
Shush. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dragging Bunny? Or is it just
Huh?
no? Okay. No.
Oh,
Yeah,
no.
what's up?
I was telling him to be quiet and not listen in. You can't listen in on this. You can't.
Alice,
I'm
you got
sorry,
the sudden
really
urge. You
can't.
need to go use the bathroom.
Yeah, you suddenly need to go pee. You suddenly need to go pee. Thank
Just
you, dear.
just wave the hand like the Jedi mind trick of, yeah, I suddenly have the need to pee. Okay, what's up?
Do that next. So I'm gonna give her the amulet of resurrection that Alyssa has around her neck. I'm like, you're gonna need this. Uh-huh. And then Thor has, let me pull him up.
So the amulet with the 2 charges
Yep, it has 2 charges.
goes to
It's the Eye of
Cecile.
Cryovane, and it goes to Cecile.
Okay.
It says must be presented as a gift to gain full attunement, so I'm presenting it to her as a gift.
Okay.
So
And
I
just
take it
automatic.
off and I give it to her.
Okay.
Like, you have been, I give this long heartfelt speech. If you were like, she's kind of blushing because Alyssa kind of has a crush on Cecile, but she's like, look, you've helped me out a lot, and I know we gave you the armor, and I know we gave you this, and I know we do this and we do that, but this is personally from me. I want you to have this. So I give her the amulet. And then I'm like, Thor, come here. And Thor, pops down on my hand, and I'm like, give her the oil.
Oh.
And Thor gives her, because I have it in here, oil of sharpness for the red sun moonblade.
Ooh.
For her to use when the time comes for when things get really, really hairy. So the oil can coat one slashing or piercing weapon up to 5 pieces of ammunition. It takes 1 minute for 1 hour. It has a +3 bonus to attack and damage rolls.
Ooh, she's already got
Yeah.
I think +13 and a +8 for hit and damage. That's going to make that a 16 and 11. Damn.
So if she chooses to share that with me, I would ask her to share 2 of the 5 pieces for my blood axes.
Okay.
But I'm giving it to her. Just kind of as a personal here, thank you. You are very valuable to me. I care a lot about you. I'm so happy we have the boys back, and I'm like, I'll end up asking her about the sword, be like, hey, so have you come up with a name? Just trying to carry on conversation as the rest of the party is doing their thing. I kind of wanted this to be in private. And I don't know if Cecile has a potion of healing supreme, but I've got 2. And if she doesn't, I want to give her one.
Let me check. The wonderful thing about being the game master is that I can check everyone's stuff on the fly. So we're looking at inventory. He does not.
Okay, so I'll end up giving her 1 of the potions. 1 potion.
Supreme healing.
Supreme healing.
Okay.
So do I just mark it? Do I delete it out of my inventory, those 3 things?
Yep,
Or are you
and
going to take them from me to give to her?
I can't transfer items. I can just add them, subtract. So pull them off of yours, and I'll add them to hers.
Cool. All right, cool. All right, I've got that written down. And as far as I can tell, does anybody in our party use a gun?
Mouse.
Because I don't. Ooh.
Mouse is the only one that does, from what I understand.
Then I'm gonna give him the sling bullets. I think it says 1, but I thought we had more than 1. They're sling bullets +3.
Okay. Yeah, I think there was like a pack of 20 or something like that.
Okay, I'll update the quantity to 20 then. But yep, okay. I will get those items out of Thor, and there you go.
The Eye of Dragon Eye Amulet of Resurrection.
I hear them playing Star Wars music over there. It's either them or Atlas, one of the two.
With that presented as a gift, it automatically is attuned. I've added the oil and I've added the potion. So yeah, everything has been added. At some point too, she still has the Sword of Night and Day. She still has swords.
The original vessels.
Yep.
Okay.
But the one thing that's nice about the Moonblade, because the boys actively agreed to be part of it, there is no magic in this world that can pull them out of it.
Awesome.
So even if like Tiamat or you know, someone tries to resurrect Diderus to have his revenge kind of thing, it is bound to this weapon to the day Cecile dies, and she's got a really long fucking life.
Yeah. That's gonna be wonderful. All right, awesome. Well, I think for now that's all I wanted to give her.
Alrighty. Let us go back and see what chaos has been done.
Okay. Atlas, you're good. See you over there.
Yep.
A
Fucking tear.
fairy elf cleric and an
Right.
elf rogue and a
I'm
naga.
telling you, man. Once I start making my weapons, it's gonna be
swear to God, the
explosively
moment-
good. It's
The
gonna
moment
be.
I see the
terrible.
palm blaster,
So-
palm blaster, your ass is grass.
So
Oh,
we
I'm
were.
ready for the bomb blaster.
So you
Guys,
guys
we're back.
talking good things, yeah. Hi.
Yeah, no, we were talking about something different. Badger, for
Yeah.
some reason I can't see where the van is anymore. The van doesn't pop up for me anymore.
No, the van is a secret thing.
Okay, never mind then. I retract my statement.
No,
But
the
we were
van
also,
is visible by me and Sammy alone, I think.
Okay. So yeah, all knows we were basically killing Saria here. Cal's mom. We were
Alexa.
killing Cal's mom.
Oh.
Yeah, because apparently Perma did not know Hotel California what year it came out. He
I
got
thought it
banned,
was
but he just got the wrong- he
1998.
got the wrong year.
Apparently, it's not. It came out in what
I just
1973.
I just assume that any pop culture reference Perma is not gonna get.
Yeah, no, that's true. See?
It depends
Or
on what
band.
it is.
I
though.
didn't know what band it was really.
No, he got
They
Eagles
had an
right.
idea that it was the Eagles.
He got it right. He just didn't get the year
I got
right.
it right. I just didn't get the year right.
Yeah, saying that the Eagles sang Hotel California in the 90s.
I thought it was the 90s. I mean, come on. My grandfather listens to 80s, 90s music, sometimes 70s, but that's all I ever listen when I'm at his house.
Back to the game.
Get back to the game. Let's go. So
Okay.
shut up, Perma. Let's go.
Yeah.
Do I need to do anything else for the mansion or no?
I mean, as long as nobody fucks with the portal, which is that door, it lasts 24 hours.
Alyssa's gonna go take a 3-hour hot shower
Jesus
and then go straight to bed.
Same. Same. My June is doing the same thing. Probably won't take as long of a shower.
No, we've been traveling too long. I want to scour my body.
Bullshit.
Oh,
Would probably help with
Well-
the stress she's been going under too.
But say some of you are probably going to come out of the bathhouse looking really different now that you guys are actually like fully scrubbed down clean. Because for the last month, it's been, even though you guys have had downtime for like a day or two, you guys really haven't had the full relaxation necessary to like. Because if you guys were camping, or even when you guys were on Blackball, it was still with the threat of something looming. You guys are in an extra dimensional space. No one knows you're there. There's just the only thing that has any inkling of where you guys are at is a little door that's just
Oh, well,
summoned
if
in the
the
middle of a
door's
field. Huh?
Hi, June.
if the door is closed, the door is invisible.
Exactly.
Yep.
But
Timber stayed outside.
Timbers is outside, so the portal As long as he's
Sorry.
within 30 feet of it, the portal will be visible.
I'm gonna be the doorman. I was like, sorry, can't. What's the password? Can't go in. No password.
So, Hadroon is probably gonna come out, or Hadroon's probably gonna take a bath, actually, rather than a shower, and soak in the bath. And she's probably gonna come out looking like Badger said, a little different than normal because Hadroon is gonna have her hair in a ponytail. Gonna find some sort of little band or rope or string or something to tie her hair back.
Cool.
Cece taking a short shower, but scrubbing really hard. But he's letting his clothes get washed off by the maids as well. And he'll wait in the shower area and be like, I'll wait for my clothes.
We're all just walking around in robes.
He would rather wait for his clothes. He feels more comfortable in.
Agreed. Agreed.
Mm-hmm. Do. Okay. Apparently VTT doesn't like a lot of y'all today.
It likes me. I'm able to watch.
Oh yeah, but not working for everybody. Or at least it's causing issues. So yeah, you guys teleport, go into this magnificent mansion, and you guys just kind of split off for a few hours. Do whatever you guys want to do. Clean yourself, eat, go sleep, relax, whatever it is that you guys want to do. Fix anything, go have side conversations, you know. The world is your oyster. What do you want to
Rest.
do?
Decompress. Alyssa has gone from super happy to stressed out to realizing what she told the dragon she would give them and is like, bed. She's gonna go sleep.
Nyla's gonna like go to her room at least, prop the door open, and just play like a soothing song for those who need it.
Cece's gonna
Not loud
probably see if Alita's awake.
Is
Okay.
Discord actually going to function for me on the laptop now? Thank God. Okay.
Maybe.
Every time I have gone to launch above VP on the laptop, it closes Discord on me.
That's weird.
So I have my sharing screen up for those who need it.
What are you coming after Alita for?
Oh, just wanting to know some stuff about the dragons and stuff. Writing down some stuff that he knows. He's more of a writer down of everything that they've been through person. So he's asking questions like, "How do you know the dragon?"
Ooh.
What is your family lineage that brings along the dragon? He's asking a lot of questions, kind of some personal. He's not asking and pushing those questions. He's just asking them to see that we would answer.
So he is going to get very blanket answers of I grew up with the dragon, my family is bounty hunters. I grew up with the dragon, my family's bounty hunters, my grandfather is, MIA and I've been sent to find him. He's not really gonna get like many in-depth answers right now.
Right. Understandable. I think Cece's at this point is trying to get everyone's history.
Okay.
Like, no one knows his history because of his storyline of his family, because he's drifted off from them. But he's asking everyone else's history so he can actually entail what they've been through. I would say after a couple hours of CC asking questions about to Alita, he'd be like, okay, that's fine. Sorry to bother you. I just had a few questions after the meeting.
Yeah, no worries. Sure you'll get, more information the longer I'm around.
Let's hope so. I would say hope so, but not. I don't know. The longer you're around, the more information I can probably get. And then CC will walk off and go polish his gun.
So that's what they call it these days.
Ah,
Very funny, Badger.
You're gonna
Down
go
to the
polish
second
his
there.
gun. So, well, yeah, some of y'all are cleaning up and passing out and cleaning your guns. Eat, sleep, and be merry. You guys eventually wake up after probably the best, longest night's rest you guys have had. There's been no need for watches. Your servants throughout the night return to your rooms to give you your clothing that's been freshly laundered and dried and cleaned, and armor stains that have been there for a while have been buffed out. Swords have been, or weapons have been freshly sharpened, polished and cleaned, and for all the blood and guts you guys have had on them over the last few fights. Anything that needed buffed out or repaired, anyone who's like split an arm seam or pants or whatnot, all got repaired and returned to your rooms, placed near the door. Small chair, something like that for you guys to change into in the morning. As you guys come out of your rooms, the smell of food wafts to you. There seems to be a kitchen or a dining hall that's got a series of food plated out, different drinks, different beverages, depending on if you're one of those that wants the whiskey in the morning or if you need coffee or whatever the case may be. It's there.
Lemon water.
Lemon water.
Just plain water.
She'll get, Nyla will take the brown coffee stuff. She'll like look around the room as she has a big smile on her face. Kind of go, so, you guys happy I did this spell?
Yes.
Figured we needed a pace change instead of us being on our toes, exhausted. for the night.
Thank you. Do it more often.
Hey, next long rest, I'm doing this again.
Either that or a hero's feast, that's a good one too.
I mean, I could do it now, but I don't
Eh,
save it for later.
Absolutely.
I'm
Especially
gonna
with-
say save it before the big battle.
Gotcha.
So, Chicken, you
You'll
don't
have
want
to
to do the
remind
thing
me.
in the night?
You know what? Screw it. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that.
I need 4 perception checks.
4 perception.
We're going to
checks.
break that down in
remind
groups of 4.
Alright,
4,
give me a
6,
sec.
4, 6, 12, 14, 16, 16, 4, 8, 12, 16.
Alright, so 4 perception checks. You said.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, here's the first roll. Second roll. Third roll. And fourth roll.
The hell is the reason why the perception that one's? Oh,
Oh,
because you
because
rolled,
that one had nat
rolled
one.
in that one. Why the hell does that have a red number? Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, because that one was a nat one, but I'll go it went with the 18.
Okay, so you let the group fly off violently
I
in
let
the
them
wind.
lead- Yeah, out
It's a
surrounding them.
weird sensation because you see their movement, but for the fact that you don't hear anything, makes you wonder if your ears are plugged up or whatnot.
Yeah.
But yeah, they all divert in different directions, scanning the horizon. You got a group that headed this way, group over here, group went down this way. And sometime around morning, the 4 groups return.
Okay. Any missing? I basically do a head count.
Nope, no missing.
Alright, tell report. I basically, just speak with animals freely, so I basically asked them to, report.
One of them describes somebody moving as a, considering the mental capacity of a owl.
Yeah.
Describes a large black lizard. And a second group describes a town, a village. They mention cooking meats, a farm with lots of rats or lots of mice. But they did not. But they did not stop to feast. The other groups didn't really see anything. At least nothing of note. They kind of just describe you normal stuff, carriage on the road or farms or whatnot. But the 2 that stuck with you was the description of this.
Black lizard.
Yep. And a description of the town of the group that went kind of like the southeast.
Alright, I basically tell the group that saw the black lizard, because I can already figure that's gotta be Sledge. I basically, tell the group to go find him and then lead him back to where I'm at. And, as for the group that saw the town, do I get a general idea where the town, which way the general direction where the town was?
They kind of pinpoint the town being about there. Just west of the Serpent's Tail stream, which the town's probably using as a water source.
I'll take that as I'll keep that as a mental note to tell everyone else. So yeah, basically, like I said, send the group that saw Sledge go basically lead him back this way. make mental note of the town, and as for the rest of the other 3, I basically disperse.
Okay. So the other groups that have orders go to their areas. Everyone that didn't, just dispel.
Yep.
How late does the group inside the house stay?
I
When
would
will
just
you guys-
say Alyssa would like to gather everybody up and start heading out before it gets too late, because again, Alyssa feels this rush. Is like we should really get going. Because we don't. Alyssa feels like it's a race to get to the mask first.
Yep.
Kind of like wants to emphasize that to everybody. They'll be like, look, we really gotta go. We
So
gotta
yeah,
find
no.
Sledge. We gotta do what we can.
So after finding out the information, Timbers is gonna try basically find out where the invisible door is, and kind of like when I find it, give it like a knock just to get everyone's attention.
No, you
gotta
find
go,
it
we gotta
pretty
go.
easily. It's still in the same spot, and once you're within 30 feet of it, you can see it. So even if you
Okay, so
went
yeah,
like,
then-
it's over here. Oh wait, never mind. It's over there. Like it's
When-
plenty
when,
close enough that you can tell it's over there.
All right,
When,
so yeah,
when-
just what's up, Nyla?
I was gonna say, like, when Sammy said to gather up and we gotta go, I was like, we gotta go. I know. That song is stuck in my head.
But yeah, no, I find the door. I kind of like stick my head in. It's like, everybody, Sledge is near. I basically was just told by my scouts that they basically saw a big black lizard, so I can imagine a Sledge. They're gonna be leading him this way. Be prepared just in case it's not Sledge. Keep you informed.
Alright.
And
At this point, Alyssa's walking out the door. She's ready. She's like, I'm out.
so my scouts told me about there's a town there's a town near us. Seems pretty interesting. Might want to check it out. I don't know. Just little food for thought. I got it.
All right. So you guys decide to leave the portal. And meet up with Tibbers, where he gives you guys the lowdown of what his owl scouts saw in the night. For the 2 that are aware of the existence of the particular sending stone,
Mm-hmm.
do you guys want to try to make contact with Sledge? Considering that, as Timbers would report, his owls found him in the area.
Okay. So, I guess I'm trying to figure out how I don't know how Cecile would go about this. I know what Alyssa would say.
Well, maybe she
But-
hands off the. Be like, your turn.
Scout spotted you. We are nearby. Solo or team mission?
Well,
Waits for a reply.
what's the higher outcome? Because think about it this way: if we do it team mission, we can have like our stealthiest people like go set up an ambush and make a couple of stealth rolls.
I don't want to sneak up on Sledge. I'm asking Sledge if he wants to team up with us or if he wants to flank and we flank another direction and we meet in the middle.
That's what I was saying.
I also don't want to push his boundaries. Plus, he's one of those the enemy of my enemy is my friend kind of thing. So I'm still wishy-washy with him.
So
I'm trying to be cautious and protective.
as after your message goes out, fairly quickly, you get a reply. Hunker down south of Marsh. Confused at the amount of owls in the sky. You said scouts. Understood. Would like to survey area for cult. Meet up soon.
Okay. So, with that, Alyssa is thinking we need to figure out how to. He's going to do his part of surveying, but I feel like we should also support him in that endeavor. So I feel like we should figure out how to also survey the area. So I'm going to send him another message and ask him
Make his system-
southwest north or southeast north? Are you going southeast north or southwest north? We can meet in the middle. We will flank the other side.
He gives you the southeast reply.
And we are going southwest. We're going from the southwest north. That's what we'll do. So I tell the party members, I'm like, hey, so Sludge is going from south to east. I think we should go south to west because he's going to survey that side. We should survey this side and figure out who's where so we don't go in blind. And be like, Timbers, can you stealthily send some kind of animal to scout the west side, the northern western side, from the south side,
Wait, what about
from our
straight north?
position?
Timber,
The maze,
Oh,
the death maze.
sorry.
Pulling us through there.
Sorry. I was trying to like
Yeah.
figure after the whole like southeast west, and I'm like, wait, north, south.
We'll meet north. Maybe
So-
we might even meet in the middle. It all depends on what we find going in that direction. If he's going this way, we can go this way. We could meet in the middle, or we could meet at the top. Who knows?
Okay.
So
okay.
at the moment, based on anyone who's map savvy, you kind of now have a generalized position of where Sledge is at compared to where you guys are at. And yeah. So how would
What
you
am I
like to
looking
scout
at?
around?
What am I looking at?
The map. So you guys are.
It's on the other side of the Serpent's Tail stream.
So the map pin is
Yeah.
Oh,
where
it's
you
way down there.
believe the village is.
Yeah,
And
town- yeah,
based on the location that Sledge gave in the communique, you believe he be down south working that way.
So that
Okay.
would put us in the mountains, and if Alyssa leads the survey, it would not be difficult terrain for us because that's her favorite terrain.
Correct. So
Or
you guys could move well, or as what was the day before,
Yeah,
using
we
the
could send
Quetzalcoatl.
owls.
Yep.
Yeah, we could
But-
do.
but then again, just like they were saying before, that just like they said before, that probably would paint a target on us because being large birds flying in the air could be spotted by possible dragons.
Right. Well, I mean, a flock of birds is not that
Mm.
uncommon, and you can summon many animals at once, right?
No, I know. I'm just talking about if we would decide to fly over the Serpent Hills using Quincy, we would be noticeable.
Well, why don't we copy your strategy from last night with the owls, but with a different bird that's not nocturnal, so it won't look suspicious?
Well, yeah.
They can scout ahead. We can move.
Oh yeah, that plan is
only
that plan
so far every so often, so that way we don't run into anything weird, or
Yeah, no, that
at
plan
least
is
not blind.
That plan is perfect.
So why don't we do that? And then when they come back and give us a report, I'll move however far, and we can figure out how to go from there.
I think I found the
Birds.
perfect one.
What?
Flying snakes.
No, don't. Tebrit. Alyssa just smacks the back of his head and like, come on now.
All right.
What's
Ravens.
wrong with you?
What about ravens? I
Falcons.
mean, we're going through some hills of flying snakes, so it would be perfect.
Falcons are
but-
mountain birds.
Vulcans or vultures?
No.
Because I don't see Vulcans. I'm looking on the list right now.
Falcon.
Falcon.
Oh,
Peregrine
Yeah.
falcon.
Falcon.
There's a
Eagle.
whole golden eagle, raven, common raven. All these are considered mountain birds.
Yeah, so I was saying
Harlequin
ravens,
duck. You can
Yeah,
send
duck.
spotted owls.
I would definitely say I would say ravens then.
All right, common raven.
So
how
I'm gonna
many-
do this. I'm gonna be doing this again at 5th level. So that's gonna be 16 ravens.
So you just let out a horde of ravens in all
Yeah.
sorts of directions.
I swear, I swear, I do not have resemblance to the Raven Queen at all. I have my own separate god I worship to.
Alrighty. So, Alyssa, you lead the way through the mountains
Sure.
while the
do.
ravens are
As long
being
as we
used
get the-
as
Yep.
area scouts.
Yeah, but I'm basically gonna have this spread out pretty far and whatnot, so they don't really bring that a whole flock in one area. Basically, it's spread out, so that it's not so suspicious.
As you guys get going, I have to ask one thing.
Yes, sir.
Nani.
Alyssa, your sense. 6
Yep,
mile
in-
radius?
In favored terrain, 6 miles.
Ooh.
Where is it? Let me see it. Oh, where is it? Oh,
Oh, where is my sixth sense
Good lord.
gone?
yeah, pretty much.
Oh, where can it be?
What was that called?
God of duck. God of war duck. It's Quactos.
Ranger feats. What is it called? Primal awareness. Where is it? Pretty sure it was primal awareness. No, where? It's here somewhere. I gotta
Would it
find
be a
it.
barbarian feat?
No, it's a hunter feat.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's unfavored terrain, it's 1 mile. If it's favored terrain, which mine is mountain and forest, it would be 6 miles.
Then, as you guys get going, you get a ping. Of course, you don't know direction or anything, but at the same time, I know as you guys were investigating, you guys were anticipating potential blue in these parts. But as far as you know, other than the ping, you have no idea.
So I'm gonna tell them, be like, hey, there are dragons in the area. Please stay aware, stay quiet.
Mhm.
Do I hear anything from my ravens? Like, do any of them report back?
As in, like, sighting of a dragon?
Yeah, if it's like do I
Nope.
get any update about any possibilities?
No sightings of any dragons. Your Ravens report.
Okay. Any large winged creatures besides themselves?
No.
So it's just okay. So it's all clear. It's all clear up ahead. All right.
Mm-hmm. As you guys
Might be
travel
dealing-
along,
We might be dealing with underground dragons.
not being stopped due to not being slowed down, I should say, with the fact of Alyssa's favorite train. Even though it is your favorite train, this area is just particularly confusing and chaotic. The entire Serpent Hills has this interlapping zigzag kind of feel to it, where even the most solid trails that you're like, all right, this trail will take us this direction, within a few miles of walking, it like suddenly juts to a different direction and then juts back. And it for those that have no sense of direction or bad sense of direction, you could get lost in these places extremely quick. But with the help of Alyssa's favorite terrain being mountains, the fact that you have rock gnomes, who's probably really good up in mountainous regions,
Absolutely.
and having all of the ravens in the air kind of pinging locations and keeping you guys on directional track, you guys are surprisingly traversing these area rather easily. But you can see how entire armies could get lost in these and then just end up wandering back the way they came because they can't figure out how to get through it.
Using Alyssa's survival skills. Huh. Maybe not that one. She's gonna think about maybe marking the trees, and then she's like, hold on, maybe I should do something different. God, that's terrible too.
But better.
Alyssa's gonna try to find a way to discreetly mark, because if they have to bring forces through here, or if someone ends up getting lost, she's gonna find a way to discreetly mark and show to her party, hey, this is the direction to go in case once somebody trips or if we get separated, this is where we go to get back.
I'm pretty sure if you elect a particular nature master to assist, the two of you could easily figure out how to mark things without it being noticeable,
Okay. It's
Yeah.
crazy because my survival. is
which would
plus 8.
essentially give you another roll
Could I?
if
could I
Tibbers
try
gives
this?
advantage.
Could I try the survival check?
You can try that too.
All right, because I got +8 and advantage.
Well,
Okay,
yeah.
you beat my ass.
I mean, you can roll too, dude. Don't let my
Yeah.
rolls stop you from rolling.
Did.
That is 3
Okay.
and a 10 to your 17 and 3. So you both rolled a 3 where you guys were like, okay, Tibbers, I have a question. And you guys are like, yeah, sure, whatever. And eventually it gets to an idea to where you guys are marking trees with like using sticks to make it look like branches and trees, marking pieces of stone with moss in just that particular angle to where if you were to tell somebody the code, they could figure it out fairly easy, but it looks natural. Like for anybody who's not paying attention, oh, that's weird moss on a rock. Oh, that's a weird way for a stick to point. Whatever, and just keep walking. They won't notice it. As it gets to the end of the day, as you guys are just marching through hills and rocky terrain, you can see out in the distance a small village. And right next to this village, a large greeny pasture with a tower smack dab in the middle of this green field.
Oh, okay, I was about to say.
Alyssa immediately is going to be like, the maze is here somewhere, and I have a feeling if we step close, it's going to reveal itself and we will end up trapped. And she says that to the party and is like, does anybody have any ideas? Because we can't fly over it because there's no way to see it. It'll be overgrown,
Mm-hmm.
as those we had conversations with told us about. And if we try to cut through it, it's not going to work. So, does
What
anybody have
about
any ideas?
if I did I turned there's the spell, I can't think of the name, I'm trying to find it. I turned myself invisible, even though y'all would be able to see me. I'd stay here, but my fake me,
Your illusion self.
yeah,
The
my
prob-
illusion would go in to check it out to
The
find
problem
the
is,
path.
it is resistant to all magic. This thing
Yeah.
was created by an extremely powerful wizard. Your magic's not going to be able to do what you want it to do in there.
Okay.
At least that's my fear. From what we were told, the hardest part's going to be roughing it through there. But some people have traversed it and traversed it and traversed it and never gotten through. Maybe there's a key or something we're just not seeing. But I have no idea what to do here.
Yep. So you guys are coming off of this mountainous pass. You can see the green pasture. You can see the tower in the distance. But you guys are coming upon this very small, quaint village. There's only maybe about a dozen buildings. A couple of those buildings are barns, farms.
I'm going to give Sledge an update, and I'm just going to be like, went through the mountains. We see the tower. We see the village. Possible chromatics in the area. Haven't seen anything yet, but enemies nearby. Going to question villagers and sends that off to Sledge.
His reply that he stopped to rest along the stream. Should be able to make town by morning.
Cool.
Do my ravens, since I saw my ravens, scout the area around us, do they see anything that's extraordinary or something that sticks out in this town besides the tower smack dab in the green field?
I mean, you're talking about the village or just the area?
I would say both actually, since I got them scouting everywhere.
Nothing really seems to stick out. Even your ravens are having a moment of difficulty. It's like as soon as they leave the area, they seem to get hazy on where they were, which path they took.
Oh shit.
But based on the last sending, you kind of have an idea of where Sledge is at. He's still a few hours walk down by the stream where he said he stopped to rest. He didn't signify if he found any cultists at all. He just knows that he can meet there by morning. The only thing of the village is that closer.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, the only thing that the Ravens would probably suggest is that as the sun starts to drop just slightly as you guys are traveling, there's one building at the center of this village that looks more like an inn, as a lot of the people are congregating to it.
I'll give you the cult. Timbers pretty much would basically kind of like whisper something to Alyssa. Would whisper something to Alyssa about an idea he has, and he also has another idea. So he says, "Alyssa, when we find the maze, I want to try something and see if it may work."
What's
As
your
I'm basically
idea?
looking, I look at the palm of my hand, and I basically focus, and I just see this goldish, it's like a viscous puddle starts forming in my hand, and it kind of bubbles in my hand and whatnot.
The hell
And he
is that?
says that he basically says, "I would not touch it. This is known as blight." He says that basically, if I touch anything, if anything, this touches anything that's plant, it sucks the life out of them, drains the energy from them, necrotic energy. And it says that if a magical plant gets in contact with this, it does major damage to magical plants. So if push comes to shove, maybe, just maybe, I might be able to use my blight to hopefully burn away through the maze, if possible. But I want to at least give it a try.
Shot. It's worth a shot.
I want to
Maybe
give it
we
a try to see
should-
if I can make it happen.
It's worth a shot. Maybe we should talk to the villagers and see what they know about this place too.
No, yeah, of course.
And
I'll
be
say,
cautious of those that might look like cult members.
yeah. I mean, I don't think anybody's really gonna talk. If there are cult members around here, I don't think they're gonna talk to us, since we kind of do look like outsiders, really.
Yeah, I know. But Sludge said he could be in town by morning. Give me just a second. Alyssa picks up the sending stone and says, "Meet at the inn in the morning."
Center of town.
Yeah, meet at the inn in the center of town by morning. We'll be waiting.
Shortest reply you get is just understood.
10-4. Copy that.
Oh, Roger.
Roger.
Roger, Roger.
Roger.
You guys head down to the village.
Yeah, we head down to the village.
Yeah,
I,
we'll
I,
go
I
ahead.
would like to say the rest of us head down to the village.
Yeah, basically, once we get down to the village, I'll just go ahead and dispel my ravens, since there's not really won't be needed, since I guess they get close to that tower or whatnot. They basically become useless. Really, they won't know what's going on with their own senses. And I mean, they already scattered everywhere around this town and whatnot. So yeah.
What's everybody else in the party doing?
Yeah, Sammy, when you get a chance, you might want to check your DMs real quick.
I will.
So it's a real talk to push tonight.
Everyone got so quiet. Why? What is going on with the party? Mouse?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to see if I can't find anything to help, but I'm getting mad at myself because I can't.
Well, don't you have like a disguised self or something like that?
Yeah, but I don't have it for everyone. I can't just do it all of us. It's only good for me. Unless they picked up the spell disguise everyone.
Question, did out of character, did the cult ever have like any markings and whatnot that would distinguish them that they were part of a cult? Did we ever find out if they had something like that?
They used to.
They used to?
They used to wear specific robes.
But they
But
never
after-
had the marking or tattoo?
Nothing that you guys know of.
Fuck.
They used to, they would wear particular clothing, but the last time you guys encountered them, especially in the, especially in the Misty Forest, you guys, there's been reports of, you know, chests and empty barrels filled with these ropes. Cultists have removed their identifiers,
Yeah.
essentially.
And we've gained one. Wonderful.
So, you guys wander down into the village. It is a very tiny village. Sun's starting to get real low. Shadows are creeping up. A lot of people are going into one of the larger buildings in the center where you can tell there's music playing. There's smoke puffing out through the chimney. People are showing up for food and drink kind of deal. But for a few of you, well, as you guys are approaching the tavern door, across the street, you guys hear this panicked, sounds like a male shouting, "Ah, get out of here! Quit bothering me!"
You guys consider my interest peaked. I look.
Are you gonna go check out the noise?
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm going to.
So Alyssa goes into ninja mode, stealth mode, and creeps over. It's an unassuming building. Most of these buildings aren't marked by anything because it's that small of a village. But you kind of creep through the window, and the placements of beds, curtains, and a couple of women walking around in these white aprons with a tray of like what looks to be bandages and water. It gives you this initial reaction that this might be some sort of infirmary, maybe a small clinic. And one person that you can see is a rather large male. His, feet are sticking off the edge of the bed kind of deal. You can't quite see much else except one of the nurses seems to be trying something and he's just waving him away.
Do I notice any others in the bed? Like in this infirmary area? Do I notice any others? Like
there's like maybe one or two people. They look like they're either sleeping or just laying there. They look, one guy's got bandage, probably from like a farm injury. The other person's got a bandage on their head. Maybe they're coming down with a, illness or something like that.
okay, so I have an idea. Alyssa's gonna look at the rest of the party and be like, she has the look that says, go talk to people, go find out what you can about this place. And Alyssa motions to Timbers like, come here. Don't hate me for this.
Oh god. Timber comes up. Yeah.
Now this is the role play I was waiting for. Oh,
God.
unarmed strike of a 16.
Oh.
What's your AC, Timbers?
My AC is. It does not. My AC is 17.
That hits.
We could just use prestidigitation.
Nah, we're good.
No, yeah, we want to make this authentic.
Yeah, like, go along with it. I'm gonna I bust his
Look,
nose. He's gonna bleeding and shit.
I can see like Alyssa grab Timbers, lift him closer, and does like a fist pump to his chest, like I'm gonna hit you now. And he's all like, but prestidigitation. And she's like, we gotta make it look real. Pah! And just right across.
Oh,
That
my-
16 being that I'm warning you, and then the 19 being right across the
Oh,
jaw.
my fucking nose, you! Oh my god!
So I walk in the door with Timbers. I'm like, hey, can you help him? He's got a bloody nose. I don't know what happened. I think he fell. Go along
Oh
with it.
god!
Immediately, all of the nurses come flying out of, there's only like 2 or 3 of them. But they come flying out of wherever they were at, and immediately like, yes, let's get him to a bed, and like take him off to the other part of the room. You can hear the one guy be all like, he's loud, get him away. And so they take him like to the back part of the house and, get him into his own room to where they're all like, oh yes, they're all like, talking to each other, like, get some fresh bandages. Oh, we need water here. Oh, we need something to stop the bleeding. And they're like, they put you in this bed, and they're like, it's okay, dude, it's okay, we'll take care of you.
Oh, that's fucking.
Violet's gonna whisper to Alyssa with just kind of a grin on her face, also shaking her head. Is that really necessary?
Yes, now go. Go question people with the rest of the party. I want to talk to this guy.
Yep.
So I-
Hydrune is standing at the door, laughing her ass off.
You little fuck!
Alyssa's like waving them away and stuff.
Obviously, just
And decides to go sit next to this gentleman and be like, can I get you some water or anything?
It's just incoherent. I'm just screaming profanity, incoherency, and whatnot, trying to keep their attention. I'm like, that's motherfucker! Oh god! Keeping their
Alyssa,
attention
would
very well.
you give me an investigation check?
Okay.
Should
I
I
want
give,
to assist.
should I give a performance check?
I'm
You're
trying
not-
to motion
you're
you
not
and the other part of the
there.
party to go question other people in the village, like go to
So-
a tavern, go
so-
to the inn,
yeah.
go find people to
Oh.
talk to.
Out of
gotta
character.
Nyla goes to the tavern.
Okay, yeah, because you guys were about to go into the tavern. The 2 of them hear someone shouting in the building behind, and Alyssa grabs Tippers and says, "Nope, we're going this way. You guys go into the bar." So it's just so we're kind of split between 2 buildings. So yeah, with the 17, you see this 6'5" long, lengthy man laying in bed. He's got the white sheets on him, but you can kind of see through the sheets. There is this like purple hue in his clothing.
Are you the Amber
It's a different style, but you've only ever seen this hue of decoration on this clothing on one other person. Near in vain. Mm-hmm. Which would alert to you, even with a 17 investigation, that this person might be with the cult. But that's just because the patterning just looks too similar to Neuron Vein. But he's sitting there, and you can tell he looks like ill. Like his arms are across his stomach. He's kind of like trying to turn away. He seems too long for the bed. So there were times where he's trying to like roll over away from you, and his feet are still like hanging off the bed. And then there are times where he's just like, "Oh, what do you want?" So even though you kind of, walk up and like, "Hey, can I get you a water?" or something like that, I told them to just leave me alone.
Make a beg for this, I swear.
He looks sickly, but from an ailment, I think a ranger of your status would probably be more familiar with. Do you
Can I
have medicine, or what are you trying to?
I have cure wounds.
Okay.
I also have lesser restoration.
Ooh.
You touch a creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. That's lesser restoration, and then cure wounds is obviously cure wounds. Lesser restoration is a level 2 spell.
Well, at the moment, you don't know what his condition is.
Is there something I can roll for that? I have a medicine of +3.
Medicine check would probably, just by looking at him, probably be the best, either medicine or nature.
Medicine it is. 15.
Still pretty good. He looks like he's thickened from something he might have ingested. And just the way he's getting pale, the way he keeps referring to his stomach, the way it seems like all of the medicines and things scattered about his side tables that the nurses have tried kind of screams poisoning to you.
Okay, so discreetly I'm gonna tap on Thor and pat my arm where the crest is,
Mm-hmm.
and Thor is going to like wrap his body over it,
Ah,
kind of acting as a cloth
okay.
to conceal the Talons of Justice crest on her armor.
Okay.
Just gently enough to where he doesn't really see it or notice it.
Yeah.
And then
And at the
Alyssa is going
moment, he's been rolling too low of perception checks to give a damn anyway.
Okay, so Alyssa is going to cast. You said poisoning, right? So
Yes.
Alyssa's going to cast Lesser Restoration on this guy.
You kind of just like discreetly, you take it you're still talking to him, kind of thing, and just kind of do the whole, almost lay on hands, but like lesser restoration. And within like just almost like a few seconds, he kind of goes from Groucho Marx to, I think the medicine's finally kicking in. And he kind of looks
Feeling
over at
better?
you. Oh, you did this?
Mhm.
I've been too ill for too long. Bastards. Bastards
What
poisoned me,
happened
I
to you?
swear.
Poisoned
Hey,
you? Who?
He
What
he
happened?
he explains that 4 to 10 days passed, so about a month ago. He came down with a stomach affliction that left him critically weak. During the illness, his suspicions have blossomed into full-blown paranoia. He seems convinced that someone at Zonthal's tower poisoned him. And he now trusts no one, which is why he was telling the nurses to fuck off too. And then he said to save himself, he decided to betray the others and seek safety in the village. In which case he's like, okay. You don't know me, but I guess introductions are due. My name is Iskander. And I have made a terrible, terrible mistake.
Well, if you want to get it off your chest, I'm here.
I may have joined a cult, and I now regret it. The cult's horrifying plans are sure to bring doom to us all.
Why would you
can-
want to join something like that?
I wasn't aware of what they were. They introduced themselves as lore seekers, knowledge enthusiasts. But once they got inside the tower, their methods and words and afflictions changed rapidly.
Are we talking like a small number of people, or did a large amount of people do this to you?
Not sure which one of them did. I know I started whispering to my master that this was a bad idea, and next thing I know, I'm hurling chunks of my insides off the balconies, and fearing for my life, I I ran. No one's
Is
come
your
searching for me. I guess they assumed that this ailment would kill me.
is your master still there?
Yeah, he lives in Zonthal's tower.
Yeah. Is that the
Ooh.
tower in the middle over there?
You seem very curious for someone who seems just arrived. I do not recall ever seeing your face before.
Oh, I'm not from here. I'm actually a refugee. A bunch of towers burned down a village in the forest I was living in. Or a bunch of dragons burned down the village in the forest I was living in, and I've been seeking refuge, and I came this way. Found this little. After spending days in the mountains, I've finally came across this place. And I have found that kindness gets you farthest in this life.
As
They
soon
can
as you
save your life
mention,
too.
as you mentioned dragons, he suddenly like sits up violently. Dragons, the mask. I have to get to it. I have to run away.
Wait. There's a mask?
The tower holds Mask of a Blue Dragon.
Why do you need this mask?
It was my job to guard it, keep it safe. The cult brought it in.
What's the story about this mask?
The cult, Everin, I think his name is, brought it to us to keep it hidden and safe. But even they weren't aware of our knowledge of the tower. I put it somewhere even they can't get to.
Would you like help? You seem to feel like you can't trust anyone, and I know I'm just a stranger and we just met, but I'm not completely inept. I've been adventuring and doing things for quite some time. Yes, my village burned down in the forest that was attacked, but before that, I was an adventurer. I had just gone home for a while when they attacked.
You are correct on the fact that I don't trust anybody. Not recently. And I might believe that you are an adventurer. The whole refugee thing, I don't buy. You smell too damn clean.
I never said I was alone.
Who am I to trust but a refugee who I don't even know their name or why you're here?
My name is Alyssa. Alyssa Blackheart.
He kind of nods with a pleasure.
It's nice to meet you as well.
Too bad you weren't that one group that I've been hearing about.
The Slayer
down-
7.
Yes, the ones that took down Cryovane, that charged into the Misty Forest, who have been making a mess for the cult, and I have heard so many different stories and reports regarding them.
Can I show you something?
Sure.
Alyssa just taps where Thor is, and Thor just skitters up into her hair again, revealing the crest and the symbol.
He kind of like looks at the crest, like, okay, okay, and then it like starts to tick, and suddenly his eyes get big. You are them! Oh, and immediately he's like throwing a pillow up to his face.
Look, I want to help you. There's a reason why I'm not trying to deceive you, but I wanted to know if you were going to attack me and my crew or not. Yes, we're
What?
here.
I need water! Skittles!
That
Where are my
gnome with a bloody
Skittles?
nose is part of my team.
Ah!
What the hell?
And the rest of them are out in the village questioning people and figuring out what we can do. And I am so lucky to have found you. And I would love to help you. But just like you need to know that you can trust me, I need to know that I can trust you as well. We're actually here for the mask. We plan to move out in the morning when our enemy of our enemy shows up with us. Gets here. Kind of thing.
You rescue me from the cult's clutches, and I will deliver you the prize of prizes, the blue dragon mask.
Yes.
Severin
Well, this is
faces
just like
this.
Okay.
Severin will face an insurmountable setback in his effort to call Tiamat back to this world.
what do you
Mask, one of the few missing pieces left. Without it, he can't complete the ritual.
mean? Well, there's a problem. We only have one of the masks. We had two, but it was taken from us by the human embodiment of Tiamat.
Bitch, I'm good!
Oh, afraid I
So
don't know who that is, but I do know
I-
that
I
if
forget
you-
the name, but other people know it in my party. Because I wasn't the one it got taken from. My friend Timbers and Cecile, they know. They know the name.
the mask is here in Zonthal's tower, being studied and guarded by only a handful of wizards, including myself. But the danger of my treason becoming known grows with every passing day. And if I'm discovered, I'll be killed. So
There might be something
We
we
need
can
to
do
hurry.
about that.
Okay.
There might be something we can do about that, and if you seek refuge, do you know of Axholm?
I'm not familiar.
Sorry, you
So-
better get your hands off
We-
me, woman!
We can
Who does it?
discuss the specifics after we get the mask and get the hell out of here.
Help the
You
touching
help
me!
us, we will help you and protect you. To the best of our abilities. But if you're feeling well enough, you could come rest with us for the night at the inn, or we can meet wherever you would like. But if they did this to you, I don't think you should be alone.
Surprisingly, I've been hiding here. If it wasn't for the nurses being so nosy, no one's
Nosy.
tried looking for me here. And most of the villagers find this building to be possessed and unclean. So they generally avoid it unless they need it.
All right. All right. Well, if you want, I can come back here in the morning once Sledge meets up with us, and we can head out if you would like. And we will figure out a way to disguise you, or take any safety precautions you would like.
Okay.
For now, I don't have an extra sending stone, but I trust you'll be here in the morning. So I'll be
I
back.
will lay in this bed pretending to still be ill.
I'll see you soon. Alyssa walks in where the nurses are. Pretty sure that Timbers is patched up by now. Timbers just
Alright.
throwing a fit.
I'll go kill him.
What should have
I'll
only
throw him.
been a 5-minute patch up job because of how Timbers and fighty he is.
Oh, I've been absolutely flailing. I'm not making it easy on them. I was keeping them distracted.
But as soon
Timbers.
as you hear Alyssa call, as soon
Go!
as she peeks her head through the door, you know, I could picture Timbers being like, "Okay, quick pass up. Okay, I'm good, bye." And then
I was
like, suddenly the perfect patient for 2 seconds.
No, it's like next to it was like, Liz Dixon, everything okay in here? And then it's like, ugh. Then I just go limp and they just like, okay, get up now. It's like, quick, get up. And they just like jump on top, just start patching me up real quick. As they walk away, I still want my Skittles.
I'll get you your damn candy.
Oh yeah, you'll give me my damn candy, but when I ask for a fucking cow, I don't get it.
Hey, I wasn't here for that.
That's out of character, really.
Again, out of character. I got you, cow chick.
I swear to.
Again, that wasn't me. You can't go after me. Go after Atlas.
We'll deal with it later.
Eventually, Alyssa will head towards the tavern and try to gather party and everyone else and
I swear to God, I come across a
be
fucking.
like, hey, so team meeting tonight before we go to bed.
Yeah, I'm gonna be walking out like with like a fucking like my face kind of patched. I'm gonna be looking like fucking Hush from Batman.
Mhm.
I'm the real man. I'm the real Batman.
Timbers, you the real VIP man, just gives him a little pat on the shoulder, be like, you did great, thank you. I got some good information.
Slow it down, Alyssa. Next time, you better fucking punch Nyla in the face. I don't
Okay.
want to go through it again.
Okay.
Fuck!
DM.
Shut up, Nyla. You're getting this next time.
DM, is there a bar in this town?
Yeah, Nyla's at the tavern.
The tavern across the
No.
street from where.
Okay. Can Hadroon sort of look around the bar and see if she can see anybody suspicious or looks a little bit odd?
Perception check.
Yeah, you know what? I'll also.
Give me my dice. My dice.
Big green one.
Big green.
Big green.
Alright, I'm gonna roll big
Well,
green.
fuck you! You piece of shit!
That's what you get, Nyla. That's what you fucking get.
Damn it!
Sorry, but for some reason you just don't see anything. You're too distracted with the music and the people and the overly inviting environment.
Nyla's just gonna immediately go up to the people who are playing the music, and she's gonna pull out her lute with a smile. Care for another?
What'd you roll?
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Despite on how alert Hydroon would be, you don't really spot anything out of the ordinary. This is just a farming town. Everyone here is just tired and trying to cheer up, and most of them are at the bar eating whatever the tavern is serving, drinking, just having a good old time before they gotta go back home and start the day over.
Can I ask the bartender if she knows anything, or she or he knows anything about the maze? Or the hedge garden?
If they know anything about the hedge garden?
Yes.
Most of the people you asked are just like, we don't go near it.
Is there any specific reason that you don't go near the hedges?
It's cursed.
It's cursed. Do you know
Anyone
what
who's
kind
ever
of
gone in,
curse?
whoever goes in, never comes out. Few of us have tried. We decided to just block it off and make sure nobody goes over there. So don't you even think about it.
All right. Sounds good. I'll just order an ale then.
You know, you order an ale, bartender gets it. Some guy near you is like, What you nosing around the maze for? What do you want to know?
Just thought it was kind of interesting. Never really seen anything like it before. Heard some interesting things about it.
Probably won't ever see too much of it. One of a kind. Nothing else in the world exists. Something as amazing as it is. But as you probably heard the barkeep say, it is cursed. And anyone who
then
dares try to get through it that doesn't have the key just doesn't ever work.
Well, I don't have a key, so seems like I'll be staying away from it then. I'm order this guy nailed.
Mhm. He thanks you as he gets one and chugs it pretty quickly.
Alright, I'm gonna head back outside and just kind of lean up against the side of the building.
All right. What's anybody else do?
After Timbers managed to get patched up one night, after having that little conversation with Alyssa, Timbers is basically gonna head to the tavern and just basically kind of go sit at the bar and get a drink.
No, I'm heading there too. I'm just not gonna drink.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Nyla's,
need a drink 'cause I'm in pain. I need to get rid. I need to numb myself up a bit.
Nyla's gonna see about playing with the band up there just to have fun.
So yeah, just
They're a little
Timber goes
weary
in.
of your want to join the music, but doesn't seem any harm in it and lets you come up to the stage.
The performance check of 26, I think she does pretty well.
Yeah,
Ladies and
Timbers.
gentlemen, I will sing a great song of the greats, and starts strumming out loud as she starts singing along.
Timbers just hearing that, just like, bartender, I'll take a drink, make it double. I had
Mhm.
a shitty night. I had a really shitty night.
Mhm.
Oh gosh, okay.
I'll make
Don't
it a
make
triple just for you.
You are definitely an angel in disguise. Thank you, sir.
Alyssa just kind of nonchalantly places her hand on Timbers and casts Cure Wounds to help get rid of the nasaliness for him.
I was going to do the same thing.
You could do. Thank you, Alyssa, but this is not due to the pain. This is due to the fucking patch job the nurses did on me.
Do you want me to cut it off?
No. I'm gonna write this shit out because hell, if I get a triple drink, hell, who knows what else I can milk out of this.
Nefarious as always.
Yep.
Can always take the man out of the con, but you can never take the con out of the man.
And then it's like after I take a few drinks, I was like, I just walk around. Oh, a man down at the store down at the lock. Oh, if only I had the money to pay my medical bills. Oh, always me. Yeah, I basically just like wandering around the tavern trying to like doing that to everybody, like holding a hand, like spare change.
You might get a copper or two, but considering
wait.
it's the village clinic, they don't really charge people. So you can tell that by you asking for money, they're just kind of like, just the hell. Oof. What are you doing?
They're giving you money to go away.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. While I'm playing my music, is there anything that catches my eye? Because like while she's playing her music, she's like keeping an eye out on patrons, trying to see if she can't spot anything out of the ordinary.
Nothing that you can necessarily tell. A couple people by the door having some conversations. You can see Tibbers and his shenanigans. Hydrun and them at the bar getting drinks. What's everybody else do?
Melissa's gonna chill out because she got all the information she needs. She's just waiting for everybody to retire for the night.
Can you
Once
guys hear me?
she, yeah,
Okay. CC is now, if like Alyssa with our badges. Mine's on the inside on the neck thing. Like, it's like flipped up and it goes around the face, kinda. Like halfway around the face.
Yeah,
I'm unfamiliar with that,
Like,
but that's okay. Like a
If you look
turtleneck?
if you look at my character, it's like the jacket has more jacket up towards the face, and it covers like
Yeah,
from
the cowl.
Yeah, the cowl. It's on the inside, a bit deeper on the inside, so no one can see.
So like you have to flash your jacket
I
to.
have to flash my jacket to show people.
Okay.
He is keeping it more closed tight. So no one will notice more easier. And he will probably drink whiskey at this point.
Okay. All right. So you go up and have your drinks and whatnot. Nyla and the band, or what is little of a band, keeps the music going. Not sure how late you guys stay up before deciding to crash for the night. Anyone going to try to get rooms?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get the party. I'm gonna try to get rooms for the entire party, and
Timber's basically gonna I'm gonna get like an inkling. I'm gonna head back to the God, where were we just at, Alyssa?
The infirmary?
the clinic.
The infirmary.
Yeah.
I'm gonna head back to the infirmary and just try to, basically feign like, oh, I think I need to stay here. Like, feign the nurses like, I'm not feeling 100%. I need to stay here, whatnot, and just try to keep an eye on their main interest, on the big guy. Try to make
Okay,
sure nothing
so-
happens to him.
Roll me either performance or deception to see if the nurses buy your act.
God damn it! Both are zero. Both are a zero. Damn. All right. Still go for deception. 15.
Yeah, that's okay. They buy it.
I'm like, bless your hearts. Thank you so much. Oh, if it wasn't for you kind ladies, I don't think I would make it through the night.
Meanwhile, back at the inn, before everyone gets their rooms, I want everyone to come to either Alyssa's room or of somebody's room. I want us to all gather in one person's room so I can tell them the information I found out.
can I use illusionary self, where it's like my illusion self is invisible but posted outside the door, keeping watch? Or would that not work?
Well, you have to choose what senses you're using. And if you're trying to sleep, you wouldn't be conscious in either form.
Well, I know Alyssa's wanting to talk. That's why I'm saying for the group, I would use my senses of sight to guard watch while having sound
Oh.
in Alyssa's room.
So
Does that
nobody
make
tries
sense?
to snoop on the meeting.
I can also cast
Yeah.
silence outside of the room. Because I have silence. I can cast that outside of the room, just outside of our barrier. Like outside of
Oh,
our doors.
I don't mind that either. I'm just saying, even though, what if we can't see it? You know, if that makes sense. Like,
Nyla doesn't need sight to be part of the meeting, so you're going to use your illusionary self as eyes outside of the door.
yeah. So I can just keep peering, like, just keep sight of the tavern while we.
I mean, the tavern, the rooms are on the backside of the tavern. There's like 6 rooms along the wall.
Yeah.
There's not a
So-
second floor to anything to it, so yeah, you guys could go into one of the rooms after renting. I'll say that I don't know how much you guys were wanting to spend. Each of the rooms are only like 5 or 6 coppers. There's only like maybe a bed or 2 in there, and nothing much else. Maybe a bowl
For
for
Alyssa,
washing
money
up.
is no issue, so I give 10 gold for all the rooms. Just like here.
Ooh. The bartender looks as if he just became rich.
I'm like, this is a lot for you?
He just kind of shrugs and says, everyone in this room is who you see in this village. We just all work to help support each other. Money is not necessarily what any of us here have.
Well, tell you what. She digs in her coin purse and pulls out 30 platinum. Hands it to him and I'm like, this is for you and your village.
You hand it to him, and his hands are.
So I gently take my hands and I place it around his so he'll stop shaking. I'm like, it's okay. Money is not an issue for me. And it looks like you people could really use it. Bring some wealth and growth into your town. Build it up like I did for mine.
He just like starts like, you know, kind of like bowing, nodding, like not sure what to do. You know,
Stop. That's not necessary. It's fine.
puts it in, you know, takes a cup and puts it in there and okay, and immediately goes over to like one of his other bartenders and he's like whispering and he kind of does the whole what, and he's like shh, and like just slowly they're gonna start to try to spread the wealth, but he's all like, yeah, rooms, whatever you need, all yours.
Alyssa just winks at the other bartender that's kind of freaking out and tosses him a platinum coin. Like, there you go.
If these farmers were prone to fainting, they'd be fainting right now, but they're not.
Good.
It's just
They're
that whole
not.
like,
I'm not trying to make a scene. I just want to help them.
oh yeah, no, that's
The crops are gonna be full for the next many years.
So
Mhm.
before I leave, I'm going to tell them if something happens, make your way to Axholm, which is now known as Blackfall. If something happens, make your way there.
okay.
And I wait to see their response.
Yeah, they take a second. One of them, you know, on the wall, there's like a really old map of the Sword Coast that they take down, and they're like, okay, where is it? Is it over this area? Okay, yeah, this area, yeah, okay.
And she marks underneath it, she just writes Blackfall.
Okay, yeah. They start taking the map out of the frame and whatnot, and it's just kind of like, yep, okay, let's go.
If something happens, please go there. I will make sure you're safe.
all right.
Trying to stealthily give them the whole, I run that down. You're gonna be okay. And then she kind of just rubs her sleeve right here, and I was like, you'll be safe. She rubs her
Okie
sleeve
dokie.
where the crest is and is like, you're gonna be okay.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
You guys retired
Good
for the
night.
night.
Before we go to bed, I gather everyone in the room. I'm like, I met Iskander. We have our key. We will head out in the morning. We will get through the maze without a problem. Stay quiet. Don't say anything. And I'll pick up the sending stone and I'll tell Sledge, I found the key. I'll see you in the morning.
At this time, this hour, you don't get a reply.
I'm
You
sure
just
I
get-
wouldn't.
You just get the sensation that the message has been received.
Okay.
CC asks for his description.
On whose description?
Lysanders.
Oh, Iskander?
Yeah,
Iskander?
Lysanders. He's asking for the description of him, so he's like, this is the person we're looking for, I know that.
Really tall purple robes, very elegant looking.
Okay, and he goes in very big detail of what you describes.
I try to describe Iskander to the best of my abilities for CC for the journal. And then I'm like, okay, I'm going to bed. I'll see you in the morning.
Yep. You guys
Bye,
split
love.
up to. Oh, what were you saying?
Oh, Nyla just drops the illusion spell as soon as the meeting's over. And then heads to bed.
Alrighty. You guys go retire for the night. And this is the great spot to stop for tonight as well. We'll pick up what happens in the night next time.
But wait, what did you just say?
And with that, we're gonna say goodbye to Kicking
What?
YouTube.
What?
And we'll see you guys all next week. Okay. Bye.
What?
Bye.